discover that life is predictable. Life is fully, completely, whatever you may think, is predictable. I can say that when I talk about predictable, I can say that one cannot live on this earth. As of now, one cannot live on this earth to 150 years. If you can live up to 150 years, you get bored, you get tired. So life can be predictable. If you even live up to 120 years, you see a lot of people start crying, start begging God, oh, I got to go, I got to go, I got to go, I got to go, I got to go. They don't want to leave, they don't want to stay. They're asking, praying that God should take their life. I don't know if someone has ever lived up to 120 years. I'm talking about this time. So today I want you to understand that life is predictable. When it comes to the foundation of life, this program is Winners Foundation Network. This is Winners Foundation Network. So we want to understand what will make you to win, the foundation, what you can do to live well, to succeed. And first thing you need to have in mind is that life is predictable. You can't live up to 150 years. So if you can't live 100 up to 150 years, then you know you got to make good use of all the time you have on earth. So when you have this in your head, you won't plan to kill somebody. You won't plan to hurt somebody. You won't plan to deceive somebody. I have seen a lot of things in this life, and I just don't want to say. I've seen a lot of things, and I came to discover that why people are doing what they are doing at times is because they don't have this in their mind that they won't live forever. You see, when a pastor or someone is preaching that you will live forever, I never explain what that ever mean, what you will live forever means. It means in eternity. Because when you die, you transition. Death is just transition. Everybody, everybody on this earth will die. Everybody, no matter how you look like, no matter how rich you are, no matter how poor you are, if you have that consciousness that you will die one day and being transitioned to another place, you now learn how to treat people, you now learn how to treat animals, you just discover that you treat people well with kindness, with love, knowing that here is just a temporary place. Even when you are rich, you now understand that life does not consist of all that we possess. It. All those things you have, that is not life. Because one day you will die and you leave it for people to own it. So everything you do, when you have that consciousness that life is predictable, life is a game. So you got to understand the game. That no matter what I have here, it's not mine. If you like have 100 cars, 300 cars, or have 100 billion or 200 billion, is not your own. You will die and you leave it for people. So sometimes when they talk about death, people get scared. That when Jesus was talking about the disciple, that in a little while why they keep on talking nonsense? Because Jesus understands what the life is, the principle of life is a game, a game. It has a lot of puzzles. The life has a lot of puzzles in which when you fix it well, when you fix those puzzles, you begin to understand how life is and you see yourself at the top. People will understand the puzzle. You live to give away what you have to gain. When you give out love, you gain. Bible says all say he maketh all things beautiful in his time. That's another point I'm giving you. When you have this consciousness, when you have this understanding that we were created by somebody or by God that owns the time. He maketh all things beautiful in his time. Some people time is when they are 6 years old. some 1 year old. Some people's time is when they're 10 years old, 50 years old, 100 years old. When you have this consciousness, you begin to treat people well, knowing that your time may be limited, but the other person that is coming in will be the one to lift you up. Is understanding, is just the understanding of these puzzles of life, that you may be big today, but you are small tomorrow. Someone that you help, or because of the way you put the puzzle, can lift you up. That's why I say iron sharpened iron. That is the game of life. The life is filled up with games where, if you understand it, things become good for you. Because every seed you sow, you will reap it. You can't sow the seed of wickedness and reap good. I'm telling the truth. Whatever you sow on that ground, is what you reap. Some people call it the law of karma, some people call it anything. But one man said, you can't mock us, you can't mock God, that whatever you sow, that shall you reap. The wisest man in Ecclesiastes, which is Solomon, said something, said, the thing that had been, it is that which shall be. And that which, he said, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. There is nothing new under the sun. That's another point you need to know. People can play games as if they, even the inventions, it has already existed for years. So some people, what they do, they go on research. So our life is a life of research. They go back and check at 1960, 18 something, and see what someone was trying to do. They now come out and now improve in those things and got the name, but someone has already done it before. Nothing is new under the sun. That's why you can't be, it doesn't matter whether you are a forklift driver a to become a supervisor or a manager. You can be you don't need to be an accountant to have an accounting company. You don't look like one of the studies I had in Harvard Business School online. It says my 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 mentor is dead now. Christensen says that you follow the money. It's not what you like. If a good, that's why it's good for us to stick to management, study management, going to marketing and all those stuff. You don't. What is happening in the world today? Listen to me. It's not what you like. If you're a good salesman, it's not what you like that will make you great. It is what they like. You know those stories before they will say, "Oh, is your passion? Go on what you like and this." No, it's what the people like. As you see, the politicians are very powerful to deceive people because they come to you and tell you what you like and you vote them in. That is how the salesman also is. I'm here to tell you now the puzzles of life, that when you fix it, things become easy for you. There's nothing under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun. I've gone through researches upon researches. It's just like you say, telling you, making you to understand that as long as you're a poor man, nobody will respect you. Another thing again, as long as you've not reached your dream, no respect. It is real. This is the truth. When you are rich, when you make money, when you're successful, people comes to you like flies attracts mango, sweet things. So you don't say, oh, because they like, no, they like what you have. You understand what I'm telling you? When you are poor, everybody runs away from you. Even your brethren, even your family members, your friends, they don't want to see you. They see you, they run away and hide. It is true. This is what that is in life. Puzzles of life. When you are broke, nobody wants to come around. Remaining you are rich, if you like hide yourself, they will find you out. So one thing you need to understand now to be able to fix the puzzle of life, You need to look for a wise people. Like Solomon said this thing. He said, there's nothing new under the sun. Look for the wise people. Don't look for just the rich people. If somebody is rich or somebody you know is influential in this life, and you are able to associate with that person, become a friend, or this, you also will be rich because they will expose you to their own contacts. Because the rich people like to flow with the rich. They don't want to come down to the poor unless they need something from the poor. If they don't need anything from you, they always go to their own group. They have their own club. So if you are lucky to associate with those people, they'll connect you on what they do to make it. They will link you with the right people. Do you understand what I'm telling you? It is true. This is not this what I'm telling you today is a raw message about life. And choose your association. Choose people. If you want to choose a poor man, choose a poor man that is wise. Because the Bible in Ecclesiastes talks about a poor guy who gave a king the mysteries, the way the king uses that way to win a war. So you go to the if a guy is poor, go to those ones that are wise, that will give you wisdom. And through that wisdom, you may be able to bless them and lift them up. You understand? But when you associate with the poor, you will also be poor. But what do? You bless the poor. Do you understand what I'm telling you? You don't need to be poor to be you don't need to be poor to make friends with the poor. But what do? You bless the poor. You get something from those association and your association with the rich to bless the poor. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Because the poor will always be within us. That is what the Bible says. Jesus said it, the poor will always be with us. But what do? We bless the poor. We don't say no, we wouldn't give them because they are poor. No, you can't say that. Because in the Bible, it says, he that giveth to the poor lendeth to God. You see those wicked people who don't want the poor to eat, who don't want the poor to succeed because they have made it in life. The Bible says, he that giveth to the poor lendeth to God. God still owns them. But that doesn't mean that you should associate with the poor. No, no, no. You should bless them. You should give to the poor. You don't feel bad. You don't feel bad. You feel happy to give out, to help. Do you understand? This is the secret. Putting the puzzles together. As you give to a poor man or a poor woman or a poor person, you are lending to God. And God in return will not bless you. That is the secret. The power of giving. The power of giving out. People that are people who can give, their hands are very tight. That is that is greedy people. That's what the Bible call them, greedy people. But when you are liberal, the Bible says the liberal soul will be made fat. So that's one of the secret puzzle in life. When you are giving out, you begin to see blessings come to you. So what am I telling you? This thing is this is an ancient landmark. This is something that has existed before this time. Then people who know the secret play it and they get it. They get good things from it. Do you understand? Nothing is new under the sun. So you can be anything you want to be by understanding that with patience, you become what you become, what you were created for. Everybody were created for something. But it's not everybody. You weren't created to be rich at once, to be great at once. You know what I'm telling you? It is time. Look at Joseph, this guy called Joseph in the Bible. He says after he saw his dreams, he saw good dreams. He said, "Okay, let me tell this to my brethren. Let me tell this to my parents." They hated him for what he was saying. They thought it was immediate. They didn't even understand. They thought he wants to come and rule over them, but they don't know that what he has was a bigger vision. But because Joseph also understood the puzzle of life, he didn't give up his dreams. He didn't give up his dreams, my friend. Some people complain a lot when you're in a certain place. They say, "Oh, look at Tony Robbins." I'm just pushing it. And Tony Robbins, when on his teachings, he's one of my mentors. Tony Robbins makes you to understand he was a janitor, but he didn't give up. He believed in his dreams and he made it. He's a billionaire. He's one of the top speakers on this earth as of now. So let's go back to Joseph. Joseph told his brothers his dreams and they hated him, threw him inside the pit. You know what that means? Your own brother. So sometimes our problems comes from the people we know much, from the people that are too close to us. They don't value us. They don't value what we have. At that initial time, they see us as nobody. But when the time comes, He maketh all things beautiful in His time. When the set time comes, which your Creator has made, you will become what He said you will become. But you don't need to be slothful or relax. Keep on moving, because whatever you have now is to sustain you till the time. So what am I saying? Somebody's time can be when he was 1 year old, another one can be 2 years old, another person can be 10 years, another person can be 84 years. I'm not encouraging people on going to lottery of a thing. I heard somebody at the age of 84, she won millions of dollars in lottery. 84 years old. Look at the president of the United States, 78 years old. He has been trying to become the president for years. It wasn't his time. But at the appointed time that was meant for him, nothing can stop him. No devil, no angel, nobody can stop you when it is your time. It can be now, it can be tomorrow, it can be the next 50 years. The only thing that can end your dreams is when you die. As long as you are still alive, there is hope. Do you understand what I'm saying? There is hope. Don't allow anybody, any crackhead or anybody that says you can't make it in life. Unless you die, even at the age of 100, people still make it in life. Do you understand what I'm telling you? And anytime you are successful, it is very, very sweet. It looks so unique. Do you know that? Anytime you are successful, I'm telling the truth. When your dream comes to pass, when your dream is now actualized, you look very young. Don't you see young girls now wants to marry old people? Don't you see young people run around because of what they have? Do you understand? When is the appointed time? The set time for Zion. When is the set time? Everything becomes so unique. Those things you've been pursuing, looking around, immediately becomes your time. Nothing will stop you from getting it. You can be running around looking for this and that and that and that, but the appointed time turns to dancing, turns to joy, turns to blessing. He said he is the blessing of God make it rich and added no sorrow. Look at the brothers of Joseph, these small-minded people. They think very low. You see, those people that think those people those people that we call haters are people who think so low. Their mind is so small. Even though you see them with big head, but everything in them is small. Their own is just to think evil, just to see if they can stop the dream of their brother. Joseph was thrown into. They planned even to kill him first, but they changed their mind and threw him into the pit. After throwing him into, they just decided to sell him out so that they won't even hear about him again. But even in the pit, Joseph still believed in his dreams. They threw him out, they sold him. He still believed in his dreams. And the person they sold him to even now sold him to another person, Potiphar's house. And even in the Potiphar's house, he still have problem. A good guy still have problem in the Potiphar's house. He was thrown into the prison. But all this while, I want you to understand one unique thing about him is that he knows the puzzle of life. He knows that life is a game like a puzzle where you begin to fix it. It begins to fix. When you fix it, and all is fixed, everything becomes unique. Success comes through that source. He was thrown into the prison, And in the prison, he was brought up to become a prime minister in the land of Egypt, one of the greatest country of that time, greatest nation. And they positioned him in a place where even the Pharaoh himself, Pharaoh himself was in the hand of Joseph. If Joseph said you won't eat, you won't eat. His haters, his brothers even came to him and bow. He didn't value their bowing. He said, why bowing? Get up, you're my brothers. He didn't think evil against them. He didn't bother himself. He took care of them throughout his period, throughout his time. You see how great mind people think? You see how great people think? Successful people think very different. I want you to understand. If you are a successful person, or you are to be a successful person, you need to think very different. Joseph didn't hate his brothers, he forgave them, and he took good care of them. They enjoyed the land of Egypt in peace and joy. They were rich. Because of Joseph, they were very rich in Egypt. His the dream he dreamt came to pass. I'm telling you the truth. If you begin to understand the puzzle of life, which becomes a foundation, you see things come differently because you begin to walk in this life through patience. People who understand, you know that destiny has a part to play in your life. Go around, look at people around who have made it in life. Destiny has a part to play. You were not created into this world just for nothing. You're by mistake. I'm telling you, you were created for a purpose. And the purpose will come to maybe you were created to just help one person. Because you were created to help that person, God keeps you and prepare you for that height. But you got to dream. Keep on dreaming. Keep on seeing different. Keep on seeing different. Keep on discovering. But one day, you may study in school to become an historian, but God doesn't want you to be a historian. He may change you to become something else. That all that time you were wasting studying history, and he knows about it, but that wasn't what you're supposed to be. You may study to become a carpenter, but when it comes at his appointed time, you put in a place. Maybe you become the president of a place, or you become a senator, you become a governor. That is how he is. His own ways are very different from our ways. Do you understand? God's ways is very different. I want to just understand that this thing I'm telling you is it doesn't religion doesn't come sin. It is just the reality of life. That everybody, if you have this understanding, that everybody that comes into this earth has a purpose, has a purpose. Then you don't mind the age, you don't mind the time. I don't mind anything called age, time, and all those things. I just believe that his appointed time will come to pass at the right time. I just strongly believe that somebody that's listening to me tonight understand what I'm talking about. I'm telling you with confidence that your time would come. Your time. The one who created you, the infinite power, the one who created you knows your time. He positioned your time. Some people may disagree with me. Everybody has an appointed time. Everybody. And when your time comes, everything will become so unique, so sweet, so great. Do you understand? He make it all things beautiful in his time. To Joseph, he make it all things beautiful in his time. To Biden, he make it all things beautiful in his time. To all the other presidents, all the other people, he make it all things beautiful in his time. And if you look at all these people, the very day they were born into this, they gave birth to them into this earth. They never write on their face that you will become the president. They never write from their face that you will become you become a billionaire. They never write. Nothing was written on their forehead. But when the time comes, when the time comes, when his God's appointed time comes, everything becomes real. Their opposition. That's why somebody, I think I read about it, this prophet Ezekiel, who said, there shall be an overturning, overturning, overturning 3 times until whose right to come. Overturning until whose right to come. This doesn't come into because you are so holy, because you are so good, because you are so this. It's just acknowledging that the one that created you, this is real, has an appointed time for you. Then you should learn to do good to people, do good to the environment, do good to animals. You see some all these things has part to play in our lives. Some people are so wicked to the animals, they maltreat animals, they are so ill. Some people are so wicked to the environment, they misuse the environment, they do a lot of nonsense. Some people are so wicked against their human beings. Do you understand? I have a guy in which is called, he's a bishop something. Bishop. I don't want to call his name. He's a bishop that he already has a church. He convinced me and took money from me. Around 2017, he took money from me. So he's going to give me back. He has this business. He's going to do like this. He stays in Maryland. Maryland. He convinced me. I can't even sleep. Keep on calling me to get this money from me to put in his business. Even I tried to convince me to uh, to to refer people. I almost refer people that would have given up to almost 35 to 50,000. Luckily, I was so blessed that I just gave him my money in his church. Till today, the bishop has not given me back my money. Then when you begin to act so wicked, and you have members, and you still be preaching and be praying for those ones, you say God will. What you think is God will. God knows how to deal with it. God will forgive. God will forgive me, and God will do like this. Some people are wicked to humans, tricky. Some people are wicked to animals. That is the negative part of life. And when it comes against you, when the karma or the when what you did returns back to you, you feel you just don't know how to stand it. Yes, I'm telling this thing because you should understand that the life is a puzzle. Whatever you sow on this earth, that shall you reap. Whatever you sow. That's why I tell people that one thing you need to do that if you want to deal with preachers when it comes to business, please follow the legal way of contract. Give him paper to sign, do everything, whatever that is going on, do it. Sign the paper, follow the legal thing, have your witness. If you really want to do a business with a pastor or a minister or a bishop or anything or a religious man, don't play with them. Just follow the real way of life, or don't do any business with your pastor. Let him just focus on the church business. If he has his money, he should do it. Don't even allow him to take the church money to do business, because when he fails in that business, it will affect the whole people. Like this one that took money from me, because it's me. I don't want to fight him. I don't want to complain. I don't want to sue him. I don't want to do everything. But, you know, but what I want you to understand, that if you do want to do business with any pastor, any bishop, any this, follow the legal way of signing papers, signing with witness, put the stamp. But if you don't want to, don't ever do business with them. Just allow the pastor to be praying and be doing church business. So life is puzzle. Life is puzzle. What I'm convincing you tonight is this: your time will come. Don't be in a haste. I'm telling you through research, hastiness, over rushing, has made a lot of people to lose things. Some people have lost their lives. Some people has gone into addiction. Some people has gone into stealing. Some people has gone into putting their hands in nonsense, in entering of cults, and doing all sort of nonsense. But if you can wait upon the Lord, waiting doesn't mean just be slothful, sitting down and be waiting. No, waiting means you do what you can do. You try, but believing that the appointed time will come. The appointed time that you were created to be a great person. You were created to be a great person on this earth. Nobody was created to be a mere person. You were created to be great. He that is diligent in his business will stand among kings, but not among mean men. Kings. When you're diligent in your business, that's how the word says you will stand among kings. Diligence is working patiently. You understand what I'm telling you? You're diligent. Like I'm talking to you now in my broadcast. I'm talking to you because I want you to understand what the life is. That no matter what, you see, there's something I want you to understand. Maybe I'll have time to talk about this. When you get into high level of digital business like cryptocurrency, I don't know if you've gone into it. Cryptocurrency, where we talk about bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies, you discover that people who are successful, who have made it and who will make it, is people that have patience. Cryptocurrency is not a quick fix type of life. Unless you have $1 billion, you just put it, or $1 million, you just put it. It goes up a little bit, then you take your money. But the real cryptocurrency, the real business in cryptocurrency, is patience. Like today or yesterday, it may be 50,000. You surprise the next day it dropped to 40 something thousand. There was a time cryptocurrency was there, like Bitcoin was around very minor, whether $8 or less than $8. Even last year it was down. So maybe 90, I think I've seen it there $19,000, something like that. But it goes up. I'm into it. I understand what it means, but I'm making you to understand. If you want to really learn life, that is where you understand what life is. That's making money is not fast money, or being successful is not just fastness. It takes patience and tolerance. People want fast money, fast things, fast success. They delve into stealing and delve into corny type of life. But when something you want to be, you want to have durable riches, durable life, it takes time and you got to work with it daily. Let that kind of understanding be applied to every aspect of your life. That patience and tolerance must play in your life. Do you understand? This is the puzzle of life. I just had somebody because of gas, because somebody just you were standing on a line, the person crossed your line, he took gun and shot the person. How would that person feel all through his life for killing somebody? But because you are not tempered, you are high tempered, you just kill somebody because the person just cross your line. How life is. When you understand that with patience, even if the person cross your line, you can always talk to the person gently. If the person doesn't want to understand it, you leave the person to do whatever he wants to do. But now you've killed somebody. The blood of somebody is in your hand for nothing. For just somebody crossing, somebody bypassing you. Come on, man. And one day you also will die. Come on. You need to understand that no matter how you kill somebody, one day you will die. That is the understanding of life. You can never do evil and think you go scot free. No, the mind, there's something God has put inside of us. No matter how you drink, no matter how you smoke weed, no matter how you do in this life, it will still affect you. You can't sleep. Because after you drink substance or take anything, one day that thing will finish up in you and you come to the reality of life. That is how God created us. So learn to do good, learn to think good for people. You see, in the walk of life, learn to understand people, understand this life, even animals. I came to discover that even animals, when you are good or nice with animals, they love you. They want to come around you. But there are people, animals do not even want to come around. Even dog will see you run away. That is what I'm making you to understand. These are the foundation of life. This is these are some of the foundation of life, which I want you to understand. Have it in mind. Have it in mind that nothing on this earth is new under the sun. Those things you see has already been. The situation you pass through, others people have passed through and come out of it. Just do some research. Like Napoleon Hill says in his book, he said, whatever the mind of a man can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. That every adversary in our life has a seed of benefit. Every adversary, every setback has a seed of benefit. No matter the condition you pass through, how can you let me round up this broadcast with this little story. How do you feel? What do you think about Moses? That was a prince in Egypt. Moses, prince in Egypt, and even trying to help his own brethren, his own person exposes him. And he found himself in the wilderness. For 40 years, it was recorded that he was taking care of the sheep. How would a prince come to that level to be taking care of a sheep in the wilderness? See how tough. What do you think? What would be his mindset every day for 40 years? He's taking care of the sheep with a stick, but he still hold onto his dreams, still hold onto his hope until the day God said it's enough. I'm going to turn you from a sheep, from a shepherd. I'm going to turn you to become a president, to become a leader of millions of people, of my sheep, millions of people. So his leadership school and skill was taking care of the sheep. Do you understand? So sometimes you may pass through a lot of things and you think, why would I pass through these things? It's a training, man, to take you to greatness at its appointed time. Do you understand? At its appointed time, you sit on that throne that was meant for you. Do you get me? On that throne that was meant for you. If only you can just wait patiently, because they that wait upon him shall mount up wings like an eagle. They shall mount up wings as an eagle. Moses didn't give up. You also should not give up. Tony Robbins didn't give up. You also should not give up. A lot of people has passed through a lot of levels in life and they didn't give up. I can still remember a story of a man who was working at a laundromat. He said he's a billionaire. He said he was working at a laundromat and they would pay him $1 by $1.12. But since he was working around, he worked so hard that his manager came to him and said, man, you work so hard. I'm going to increase your salary to $2 something. He was so excited. He worked so hard. But he said one good thing, he's happy today that he is a billionaire. From a laundromat to become a billionaire. These are stories You need to understand, you need to hear. Your time will come. Don't play games, don't play tricks. Don't play games at all. Don't deceive people. Keep on believing. I didn't even know. For me, I didn't even know. I will have my own TV TV station or channel like the one of Netflix. I was just asking, how can I get to this thing? How can I, how do people get this stuff? Then the wisdom came and the opening came. I have a movie station called EasyFlex.cc. EasyFlex. Where if you go to EasyFlex.cc, you now watch free movies. People can watch free movies, relax, and enjoy themselves. Free movies is a flex. I didn't even know how people can get like a flight agency and all this agency where you can book your flight, book your trip. When I asked God one day, I just sit there, I keep on asking. I keep on dreaming. Then I was surprised to have mine. Best trip, best trip finders dot travel, where people can go in, book their flight, cheap flight, and travel to anywhere they want to travel. Best trip finder dot travel. Best trip finder dot travel. Nothing is impossible. He said to God, all things are possible. Nothing is impossible. When you dream, it will come to pass. Just dream. Dream and wait patiently. The inspiration will come. This is how other people dreamt. Netflix dreamt, the owner of Netflix dreamt, even one of my tutor in the school I'm attending now, the course I'm taking now, in one of the school, the one of the co-founders of Netflix is also my instructor. Do you understand what I'm telling you? I like to learn from these people. I like to learn. I've sat down under the teachings of Warren Buffett. I've sat down under his teaching. This thing teaches you how to be patient, creativity, think big. So what I'm making you to understand, wherever you are now listening to me, just know your appointed time will come. Just know that your appointed time will definitely come. All things are possible to them that believe. Nothing is new under the sun. Nothing. Everything you see today has already existed. 100 years ago, 20 years ago, even I don't know how to count it. It has already been. Any life we've passed, other people has also passed through that life. So when you have this foundation of life in you, you begin to follow the life in a good way. You understand what I'm telling you? So I wish you all the best in this broadcast. You can always chat with me. It's always there. You can always send your comments. You can always come with me live. We can share together. I can share your video. I can share you together if you want. If you want something to say, I can always. If you want to be a guest, I can always host you as a guest in my broadcast. I want to make sure you can share my broadcast to your friends and family members. Uh, we here is we try to empower people to become great leaders to their attitude. We believe that attitude matters a lot. When you have a good attitude in life, you definitely will have great things. Whatever we have to give out, whether news, I from this broadcast, I'll do that. But what I want you to understand, every news that will come from this broadcast should be good news, not bad news. That good news is this: you are an achiever, you are a great person, you definitely make it in this life if you can understand what I am saying to you. You can make it in this life. It is programmed for you. So I know a lot of people would like to dispute a lot of things I say in my broadcast, but I want you to understand it is real. Everything I tell you is research. I've researched it. Other people have researched it. And what I'm telling you is real. Your time will definitely come. When it comes, you will enjoy it. When it comes, no matter your age or anything, when you're successful, you look very young and it's beautiful. Thank you for listening to me. I'll talk to you again tomorrow, maybe in the morning. But just watch out for my programs. Watch out for what we are doing at this Winners Foundation Network. Go to my tweet and like me. Go to my Facebook page. I even have Winners Broadcasting Radio. I have the Facebook page. You go. I think the Facebook page now has just been changed. I put there. I think the website I have to put in Winners Broadcasting Radio is EasyFlex because I want people to have opportunity to go to my movie site, watch good movies, watch the movies, and be relaxed. Don't allow anything to disturb you, especially in this time of pandemic. Follow the signs. I am. I said this before this time. You gotta follow the signs. Put on your mask. If you are told to put on mask, put on mask. Take the vaccination, please. Take the vaccine. Take the vaccine. I took it. Take the vaccine. It's very, very good. I took the Pfizer vaccine, and there's nothing wrong about it. If you think you're a Christian and you're scared of it, just pray and take it. It's better than not taking it. I say again, I'm a lover of vaccine. So take the vaccine. You'll be fine. Tell your family members to take the vaccine. I don't need to preach too much or say too much about this. Take the vaccine. It's good. You won't have any problem. It will help you. God wants us to take it. He says we should be wise. So we got to be wise. Wisdom is the principal thing. Don't allow the devil to play games with us. Especially in the month of September. You see, every time we come to before I close, let me make you understand something. If you're a spiritual person, the month of September, the month of September, October, November, December, all those months, the devil play games. The devil likes blood. The devil. He comes to steal and to kill. So you see that let us not be the people that is paving way for the devil. We need to be wise. The devil is very happy when people die through ignorance. That is what he wants. But the secret again, the devil doesn't know. Even when people die, God, God has them in their hand because He created human. Even when they die, God takes them. So I want you to understand. Do not allow the devil to take advantage of us. The vaccine is there. Take it and put the devil to shame. Because some people can be working for the devil, they don't know. Some people can be working for the demonic forces, they don't know. Even when people are dying, they don't care. You understand? You know that there are people who don't care whether you die. They don't care. This after all, everybody will die. But I'm telling you to understand that the vaccine is good. Is good. It's the making of God. That is the way God wants to heal us out from it. Why do you want to die when you know there's a solution? Here's what I'm telling you. I'm talking to Christians now. I'm talking for religious people. I'm talking to wise people. Why is it that you see something that will help you and you still not want to take it? I don't care about people who are against it or not. That's everybody's has their own opinion. If you know mask that will not cost you $2 can save your life and they give you free, why not take it and just prevent yourself? What is the what is the big deal of wearing mask? I put it on. Doesn't take anything out of my body. I don't even want somebody to be looking at my face or my teeth or everything. Just cover my mask and that's it. If it doesn't cost you anything, than going to the hospital, it costs you 1 month stay in the hospital, putting on all those oxygen ventilator, put it in your nose, and you'll be crying, you can't even breathe. And if you're lucky to come out, the some people can make it. Because of ignorance, they die. Why do you want to die when something is free? What if they said today that the vaccine will cost you $100? What are you going to do? But now they're giving you the vaccine free. It is free, as I know. You don't pay for it. Then why not take it? I'm still alive. I took it. So why not take it? Please, I'm begging everybody that's listening to me or that will listen to this podcast, please, I'm begging you, for God's sake, please take the vaccine. Okay? Take the vaccine. I'll be praying for you and others are praying for you. Take the vaccine and help yourself. Take the vaccine to help yourself, to help your family, to help people around you, to help your environment, to help your neighbor. Just take it. I'm begging you. 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 If you are listening to me, you've taken it, please share this broadcast to everybody. Take the vaccine. Maybe my next broadcast will be on the vaccine, begging people to take it. Please take this vaccine. And I really sure it will be a blessing to your life. Thank you for listening to me. Have a blessed night. Bye for now. Bye for now.